Hello everyone, this is Farrukh and in this video we are going to be discussing about the most important aspect that you need to consider in order to transform your speech and in order to transform your life. And this is the foundational element of this Pro90d speech system. If you do not work on this, else you work on the speaking skills, you work on the mindset. But if you're not working on this, your journey might be very hard. You might still see the great improvements, the great changes, but transforming yourself might be a bit harder if you go without this, as this is the foundational basic element of the system, and this is the foundation on which the whole system stands. So that foundational element is modeling. Modeling helps you change your speaking identity over time. Now, how does that work? What is modeling? Modeling means to see someone, to observe someone whom you really admire, the way they do something that you also want to do. In this case, we are talking about speaking. So you need to really observe someone and see someone who you really admire the way they speak. You really like the way they speak. And if you were to speak like them, if you could speak like them, that would be an amazing thing. For me, I might see someone else as an excellent speaker, you might see someone else as an amazing speaker, and you might really like to speak like that very person. Now, how does that apply to stammering, stuttering? What happens is that you not just have to observe him or her, whoever is your speaking model, you don't just have to observe them, but you have to model them. You have to become them while you're speaking. That might sound a bit strange, that might sound a bit weird. It is weird, but it's going to really transform you. So, what you are doing right here is that while you're speaking, while you are in a speaking conversation, while you are in a conversation, you are modeling. You believe that right now the person speaking is not you, it's your model speaking. You don't just have to speak like him or her, you also have to think like him or her. You have to think, how would my model really think if he were speaking right now? How would he speak? How would he be using his hands? How would he be speaking? What are the speaking skills that he would be using, which we are going to speak about in the subsequent videos? How would he be speaking? How would he be using his hands? How would he be thinking right now? Would he be relaxed? Would he be anxious? So you have to ask yourself all of that while you are speaking, and you have to become that person while you're speaking. What it does is that it gets you out of yourself. As strange as it might sound, it gets you out of yourself. And when you get out of yourself, your brain no longer recognizes you as someone who would get stuck, as someone who would stammer, stutter, or someone who would have a hard time speaking, and you speak pretty easily and well. You get out of yourself. While you're speaking, you're not yourself, you are your model. You are speaking as if you were your model. You are also thinking as if you were your model. That is what modeling basically is. So, for this, first of all, you have to find a model for yourself. In this system, in this Pro90d speech system, we all we almost all model Mr. Michael Williams. Why? Because we have his videos and his audios, so we can actually look him very closely. We can see how he speaks, how he uses his hands, how his facial expressions are while he's speaking. We see his speaking style, we then practice speaking like him while we are by ourselves, and then we go out to speak with someone else. We are not ourselves while we are speaking. We are Mr. Michael. We believe that we are Mr. Michael Williams right now, and we are speaking as if we are Mr. Michael. For you, that model might be someone else if you're not yet into this system. You might see someone else as an excellent speaker and an amazing speaker. You would really admire the way they speak. And not only that, you would like to speak like them. So you have them as your model and you just speak like them while you're speaking. You're not just speaking like them, you are them while you are actually speaking. So that is what modeling is. It's not something very easy, but it's going to make the whole process quite easier. It would help you to get out of yourself. There are many actors you might have heard of who stutter or stammer, but when they are acting, when they are in their roles, when they are playing a different role, they are out of their self. They are out of themselves. So they do not get stuck. They do not stutter. Why? Because at that moment they are performing that role. They are acting. They are not themselves. So the mind forgets yourself getting stuck. The mind forgets yourself stammering, stuttering, and now you are acting like you're someone else. Modeling is the same, it's just acting. You are just performing a role of a different person whom you really like and whom you really admire as a speaker. This is something that is not very easy, as I said, but but it makes the whole process easier. For that, you have to be watching and observing that person over and over again. He or she might have his or her videos that you might need to see over and over again, and you might really need to see how they are speaking, how they are using their hands, how they are doing everything, and you need to really see. And then when you go out to speak with someone, you are performing the role of that particular person who is your model. You are not yourself speaking, you are someone else who is speaking. First of all, you have to practice this by yourself over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. It's not easy. It's going to be something that is going to be very hard, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. You have to observe them very closely as much as you can. Then you have to practice it by yourself as much as you can. Then you have to go out and use it while you're speaking with someone. You have to be repeating the process over and over again. After some time, what happens is that maybe after a few months, it might take a few months, it might take an year, but who cares? After you keep doing that, after some time, your brain forgets how you used to speak. Your mind forgets how you were as a speaker. And now your mind recognizes yourself as a new speaker. Now the mind recognizes you as this new and amazing speaker. And after a while, it just starts to happen on its own. You don't have to focus on it specifically, it just happens on its own. Like I modeled Mr. Michael Williams for around 1.5 years. Right now, I'm not trying to speak like him. Right now, I'm not trying to model him. Now, I have created my own speaking style out of his speaking style. But my speaking style and his speaking style do not match very much right now because I have created my own by using him as a help, by using him as a model. So, this is what modeling is, and this is the most important aspect in this Pro90d speech system. The information that I'm giving you right here is very brief, as I've mentioned, it's very, very brief, and it's not the whole system. In order for you to transform yourself, in order for you to become an excellent speaker, you need to actually get inside the system. There you would get to know how to practice modeling, how to get into modeling, how to work on modeling. That is where you would really start to get this skill, and you would really start to use it more and more. Here, I'm just giving you a taste of what is present inside the system. But if you really want these transformations, you would have to get into the system. All of these videos might be very helpful for you. They might help you out, and it might even help you to get yourself to the place where you want to be, but it might really take very long. If you get inside the system, if you get inside the training, the process would become quite easier for you, and it would happen in a quite a less amount of time. You would reach where you want to be in a very less amount of time, and it would make the process quite easier for you. So I hope you like this video, and this is going to be the most important thing, the most important aspect in transforming yourself into an excellent and an amazing speaker. So please like, share and subscribe, and share this video with more and more of those people who really need this type of content. So I hope to see you in the next video. And as I said, there are going to be subsequent videos where we are going to be discussing everything that is present inside the system. I'm going to be giving you a brief summary of all of that. You can use it for yourself. You would see that the system actually works, and that would actually motivate you to get into the system, transform your speech, and hence transform your life. So please like, share and subscribe, as I said, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.